Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing if you feel like it. Thanks for the super thanks and the donations to the channel. It really does help the school and the stuff that we're doing. But thank you most of all for watching what I have to say. Isn't it embarrassing for Meghan Markle that Andy Cohen had no recollection? She couldn't even get in a reality TV show. If anything, this latest podcast has shown us how much of a nobody she was. What I don't understand is why Andy Cohen said, "Oh, that was the biggest blunder that we didn't hire you to do Watch What We Do Live or something like that." Why was that a biggest blunder? You can't just hire a nobody with no talent. I mean, Meghan Markle was not even talented enough to be in a reality show live. And people are still wondering, saying that she was an A-lister superstar. I would understand Andy Cohen having any regrets, for example, if Jennifer Lawrence had been an A-lister and wanted to be part of that show. But Meghan Markle was a nobody, and she's still a nobody. Please, I know many of you disagree with me when I said that Meghan Markle is a nobody. She is a nobody. She still is a nobody. She just has a bigger platform to show the world that she is and was a nobody. You know what I mean? It is so funny. Oh, manscaping, blah, blah, blah. And you know, it's so terrible. If we needed any confirmation that she was a nobody in Hollywood, this is why she had to fly across the ocean in the United Kingdom to see if she could star in a reality TV show there. And she blatantly admitted, this feminist, that she was looking for a rich husband. You know, preferably white. the whiter the better, of course. Not that she's racist or anything, of course, you know. But yeah. So this podcast, basically, without her knowing, or even, I don't know how stupid that is, basically she has shown. Oh, and she's basically calling him out on this show. Oh, yeah, I did. I was a huge fan. I did, and I cast it. I wanted to be part of it, but you said no. Of course he would say no. Why would he say yes? And she even admits that before Suits started, Meghan Markle did one-liners with a BJ, you know, here and there. As I've always said, Meghan Markle is average at best at everything she does. She's mediocre, and I'm being kind. This is a woman who has absolutely zero talent, and the only reason why and you know what? Oh my God! Let's thank the Lord that this is the finale, the last podcast. I don't think we're gonna see any more. But finally, it's over. It's the last show, I think, right? I read somewhere that it was the last show. But yes. Now, many people, and I have to say something about this, guys, because this is really bothering me. You know, many of you leapt to the defense of Alec Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, people fall in love with the characters. Alec Baldwin, in my very humble opinion, is a pretty... Yeah, she's barking at people. Isn't that terrible? Siri, deja. Mira, you're embarrassing me in front of the YouTube people. Yes, I'm parked with this ferocious little woman. So we're so grateful. Oh yes, we have to be thankful that Meghan Markle has finished her thing. But going back to Alec Baldwin, people fall in love with the characters he's played. Nobody's saying that he's not a talented actor, but he is, in my very humble opinion, a nasty human being. He was a nasty husband, a nasty father. We've seen it from what he did to Ireland and everybody else. And now he's killed a woman due to negligence. And it's negligence. This man should be behind bars.
Script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them. Never.
So we have a criminal, because if Alec Baldwin killed someone through negligence, and that's a criminal charge, whether it was with negligence, manslaughter, whatever you want to call it. But he's a criminal, and he's a nasty bully who doesn't want to have any accountability for it. He's still throwing shade at everybody else except him, right? And Meghan Markle, another person who is completely doesn't want to take accountability for anything. For somebody's fault, everything. You know, she wasn't hired. I'm surprised. You know what? I'm surprised she didn't tell Andy Cohen that he was racist for not hiring her. Why didn't she ask him, wasn't I black enough? Wasn't I white enough? Was it because you were racist? Why didn't she ask him those questions? Why didn't she ask him, why didn't you hire me? Was it because I wasn't talented? Because, you know why she didn't ask that question? Because we all know the answer to that. She's not talented enough, she's not smart enough, and she's not interesting enough to be in a reality show. Meghan Markle is not interesting at all. She has no personality. She's phony, you know. And you know what? She doesn't have personality. You know that if Meghan Markle owned that she's nasty, she probably would be interesting to watch. But because she doesn't want to own up and she wants to pretend she's all this niceness and everything. See? This is why she's not interesting. Because she wants to pretend she's nice. She wants to pretend she's this humanitarian, which she's not. If she owned up to her nastiness, to her skankiness, I watched that show. Anyways, yeah, but Alec Baldwin, many of you have come at me for that. I don't back down from my opinions. You know, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, but the fact that he's still not, that he lied and he said that he didn't pull the trigger, that he didn't aim. Why the hell was he aiming a gun at a person when there was no shooting scene? Also, the armor wasn't there. And they're trying to blame the poor girl who doesn't have any money to defend herself. Oh my God. And I have to talk about Will Smith. Will Smith and I don't know if it was Jimmy Fallon or this Trevor Noah guy as well doing the interview. Could Trevor Noah have had his ass, his face, his mouth up Will Smith's butt even further up? Why didn't he ask him about Chris Rock? Oh, there were nuances to that night, and it's the childhood of my father. No, Will Smith. You are a prick. You're a bully, and that's what happened. Because how about with I can't remember which Aunt Viv he had blacklisted and fired from the Prince of Bel-Air. Do you guys remember that? That this amazing black actress was blacklisted because of him, and he was just starting in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was just starting, and look how nasty he was back then. So yes, things like that when they go unchecked. I've always said abuse only escalates when not stopped. It's just can you imagine that guy? He must be a nightmare to work with. This is why he felt entitled to get on that stage and slap Chris Rock. There's no nuances about that. This man also belongs in jail. He assaulted somebody in a world stage and nobody arrested his black ass. That really bothers me. Okay? That lack of accountability, lack of consequences. How come, and Trevor Noah didn't ask, have you reached to Chris Rock? Oh, Will Smith was heartbroken that his nephew said, why did you hit that black man? He was embarrassed about that. How about, dude, it's to Chris Rock and his family that you should be apologizing and kissing their asses, and still you were throwing shade at Chris Rock. Oh, he didn't want to take my apology. I'm sure he will when he comes to his senses, kind of thing, which is another form of violation against Chris Rock. He doesn't have to take your forgiveness. He doesn't have to forgive you. Consider yourself lucky enough you were not put in jail. And you're still walking around free, because I think Chris Rock could change his mind and, file charges. If I were Chris Rock, I would have filed charges, because it's a bad example that he's showing that black men with power cannot be held accountable. That's a bad thing that Chris Rock, in my opinion, is doing. But let bygones be bygones. No, violence is never accepted, ever. And Chris Rock should have made an example and filed charges against Will Smith to show that you're not above the law at all, and also because of the trauma to his family, basically by Will Smith, by none of these people being held accountable, Meghan Markle, Will Smith, Alec Baldwin, by not being held accountable, it's sending a message that it's okay to behave that way. I don't think it's okay. But what do you guys think? And she's, by the way, let's give it up for Pidina, because she's going to Cincinnati to try to boo Meghan Markle. We couldn't get a table because I don't have that kind of money. I have to concentrate. Wait 1 second.
Oh, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
So we have an MC, a criminal, and I want to be absolutely clear on what I'm about to say. I believe that Meghan Markle is a criminal. I believe that Meghan Markle has committed fraud, and these are all my thoughts and opinions. Because when you lie in order to get financial gain, when it was clear from the beginning that they had no intention whatsoever of being part of the royal family or being working members. And don't come at me, oh, you know, the constrictions of royal life. No. She was told by many advisors, oh, Meghan didn't understand. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. But she never had any intention of fulfilling those duties. She understood the assignment. She just didn't want to do it. She just thought, you know what? Once I get the title, I'm leaving. And there's nothing they can do about it, because if they try to take the title away from me, I'm gonna call them racist. And that's what's happened. And misusing the race card, and what she did on Oprah when she made those false allegations of racism against the royal family, that is a criminal act. That's libel also. You know, and in the United Kingdom, that's a criminal act. But anyways, so let's give it up for Pidana, because she's going to Cincinnati to try and boo Meghan. Because as I said, we couldn't get the table. But yeah, the reason why she doesn't want press is because she wants to release it to kind of during the day that they're doing the Earthshot Prize, because the Prince and Princess of Wales are flying out to Boston. And on that note, you know, it's incredible, you know, that in December 16th, if I'm not mistaken, please correct me if I'm wrong, on December 16th, 1773, when the Boston Tea Party, you know, when they dumped the tea to protest taxation from the crown, now they're welcoming the Prince and Princess of Wales. Isn't that amazing? I love it. I really love it, you know, and everybody's so eager to be there, which is amazing. So Meghan Markle is trying to overshadow that. No, that's not gonna happen. Skanks don't overshadow Prince and Princesses of the United Kingdom, in my very humble opinion. But I don't know what you think. So please let me know what you think. Look who's here. But that's shitty. Do we think that Meghan Markle is a skank? Huh? CD? She doesn't, you know. She's a queen. She only talks to me when she wants to. Oh, she's gonna start barking. Anyways, leave me your comments. What do you guys think?